I'm very impressed by this view here. That's stunning. It does give you some idea of the height of the building originally. It must have been very impressive at one time. I used to eat my packed lunch in a churchyard. One place I worked, the place was horrendous to work at. Well, the boss was. So I used to go to the churchyard, where it was nice and peaceful, even though it was winter, and eat my packed lunch surrounded by the residents. None of them asked me for a bite. Grand day rising, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today Dan and I are here in Guisborough, which is about 20-25 minutes from Whitby, north of Whitby. Thus we're going up to Northumbria today. So this is Gisborough Priory. It was founded in 1119 as the Priory of the Blessed Virgin Mary by the Brus family, afterwards Kings of Scotland. De Brus, B-R-U-S, because the Brus family came originally from Normandy and Flanders. The ruins are dominated by the dramatic remains of the 13th century church's east end. The church is over there, and these are the Brus Centre in St Nicholas Church. We can't go in the church at the moment because there's a funeral taking place. Out of respect, we wouldn't do that. Anyway, today we've got the Cathedral of Trees to look at. There's free entry, beautiful woodland gardens. The last entry is at 3:45 p.m. today. We will be long away before then. So let's go and take a look around. Wow. This would have been quite the thing at one time. Can you imagine? This is obviously ruined now, but can you imagine you've got that over yonder? That would have given you some idea of how tall it was and how big it was as well. We've got this section over here. There's the church. We've got knights' graves, the east end, suggested accessible routes. If you've got any disabilities, the service passage. You can't access this area here. And they've got a picnic area, toilets. The Monk's Walk, that sounds quite interesting. And then there's some things on the back. It looks like a grave. There's artefacts in the hut. So there's lots to see and do. So we're going to spend a lovely couple of hours here, or thereabouts, before we go on to our next location. I'm very impressed by this view here. That's stunning. It does give you some idea of the height of the building originally. It must have been very impressive at one time. So let's take a look around.
Plants for sale.
Oh, they're nice, aren't they?
Let's
Look at those. I love this rose bush here. Beautiful. I bet it's quite fragrant. Minimum suggested donation, £1. That's brilliant. You've got golden marjoram, they're all herbs. And, well, we know what these are. There's a little rosemary, that's a little one. We've got a massive bush at home, haven't we? That's nice, that's healthy. That's your marjoram again.
Oak tree, I think.
Yeah. Interesting. Shall we have a wander?
Yeah.
The Augustinian Priory of St Mary the Virgin was founded by Robert de Brus in 1119. It's the burial place of the de Brus family and other notable patrons. The priory was generously endowed and grew in wealth and power, leading to the growth of Guisborough as a successful market town. It was dissolved in 1540. This is so pretty, isn't it? We're walking right towards the east end now. There would have been a stunning window.
Oh yeah.
You can see remnants of the window there. That's all that's left of the intricate detail.
It would have been amazing when it was new.
It would have been, yes. They're pretty.
Oh yeah.
It's a very nice area, isn't it? Just to contemplate.
Yeah.
The East End is one of the finest examples of late 13th century architecture in the country. It was rebuilt after a catastrophic fire on the 16th of May 1289, ripped through the second Priory Church, and was witnessed by Walter de Guisborough, a canon of the Priory at the time. That's another sarcophagus.
Looks like it, yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
With a view over to the meadows.
Yeah.
The Priory lands were bought by Sir Thomas Challoner and have remained in the family ever since. Another sarcophagus. You can still pick out some of the stunning detail,
Yeah.
although it's much dilapidated. We're requested not to climb on the walls because the fabric of the buildings are quite delicate. So often places like this are homes to nesting birds. The family built a grand house on the site and laid out impressive gardens behind it. This bit's quite fancy.
Yeah. Obviously built the wall using old bits of the old priory.
Over the years, the gardens changed and developed according to the fashion of the period, and the woodland garden reflects this history.
Guisborough Priory Gardens. They're busy, hard at work, maintaining them.
This contains historical borders. Down this section here, the historical borders, and there's lavatories over yonder, which we will be making use of, no doubt. You can make a donation. So pretty. Gardener's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Please keep to the paths. Beware of uneven surfaces and possible falling branches. And don't go on the stones either. There's this section here, and I'll tell you what this is in a minute. According to this is the Challoner masonry. Priory masonry laid out by Admiral Lord Challoner.
With wild garlic growing amongst it.
Yes. The monks' walk is along here. It's a row of trees where the monks would have wandered back in the day. It's a kite shaped avenue of lime trees which has created a cathedral of trees, as you can see. Very beautiful.
Let's have a look.
There's lots of benches where one can sit down and contemplate. The picnic area is over yonder, which is quite nice. So sometimes people probably come here, it's free entry, and just have a wander, and then maybe sit and eat lunch, and then go back to work, or go back home and do what they need to do. But it just gives them maybe half an hour or an hour of quiet time, shutting all the noise of the world out and the gloom and doom on the radio and the TV. And then in the newspapers, I think more and more people are seeking out experiences like this and going back to nature just to get away from the very low frequency breathing energy that we're surrounded by. And it helps us to keep our vibrations high, and if we keep high vibes, then we're less likely to become ill. Because if your mind isn't happy, it can lead to health problems. You don't look after yourself well enough, for example, or you take longer getting over an illness because you're not very positive about things. So being out in nature really does help to calm the mind and nourish the mind, body and soul. And there's some very fine vegetations here. Beautiful trees, holly bushes. There's some of the cut down pollarded, the wood drying out, ready for use. If you've got an open fire, for example, like we have, you need to make sure that your wood dries out for at least 6 months before you use it, so it's safe to use. So this is very pleasant. There's a lot of vehicles. Some might be on the payroll, but probably many of them are volunteers. I used to eat my packed lunch in a churchyard. One place I worked, the place was horrendous to work at. Well, rather the boss was. So I used to go to the churchyard, where it was nice and peaceful, even though it was winter, and eat my packed lunch surrounded by the residents. None of them asked me for a bite. Oh, a cockerel. Crab apples. That's going to be a nice rosy one. Guisborough Priory Project, GPP, is a local charity set up in 2003, and they have maintained the Priory's borders since 2004. In 2007, they took over the woodland gardens, which they continue to develop and maintain. In 2015, they formed a partnership with English Heritage, opening the Priory to the public as a free-to-enter site. GPP relies entirely on fundraising to continue its work, supported by grants for specific projects. You can help by attending one of the special events or guided tours, becoming a member of GPP, volunteering, or making a donation. Details are in the description accompanying this video.